Hello and welcome to my video log on this week I'm going to look at flexible working, and really the question is, why don't more companies offer flexible working? What is it that's holding us back from stressing that out? Because my interest in this topic really at this point in time was really peaked the other day when I was sitting looking through LinkedIn and came across a sponsored piece of information. But that was about it was a piece about offering flexible working out to your employees, and it was kind of interesting. It showed a lot of different situations where employees who maybe could benefit from flexible working. So suppose first of all, what is flexible working? Why should we consider it? And the answer to that question really is down to your organisation as to how you want to define that. But the principle and the underpinning principles behind it should be that it allows your employees some flexibility in how they carry out their work for your company, in terms of things like start and finish times, working from home, how they can approach any task. And so it's one of the things where I run my own business, and one of the benefits I decide some days where I work from, and it won't always be at my desk. Some days I'll head out, take the dog, head out and maybe a piece of material to pull together, and I'll take the dog and the laptop and I'll head out into the mountains to a picnic bench with a cup of coffee, and I'll do it there. And I think we're not going that far maybe, but the flexible working gives people a chance to decide how they carry out their tasks for your company. So what's stopping us? What's stopping more businesses offering this? Because I know a lot of businesses have a degree of flexibility built into their policies. So what is this holding us back from allowing people to access those family-friendly, workforce-friendly policies? Is it a matter of trust? Do you have it written into your policies, but you've left it up to manager discretion? That used to be an old favourite in the company I worked for. All the policies were there. It was fantastic, but it was all at manager's discretion. So therefore, any given manager had a veto on whether that policy could be implemented. And my own particular manager at the time had serious trust issues, and she found it very, very difficult to trust people that she couldn't actually see if they weren't sitting in front of her, sitting in the room. Well, then she basically questioned whether we were doing any work or not. And that was difficult when you're in a learning and development department and delivering training. It's very hard to be seen in the office and deliver training to your staff at the same time. So there's big issues there. But then again, you look, if that's what's holding us back, that type of thing's holding us back, what's the impact of that? What's the impact of stopping an employee who maybe has a caring responsibility, maybe has a child with a caring need, or a parent or a partner with a caring need? What's the impact of stopping him or her maybe starting work a little later in the morning, if that's what need be, or allowing them to work from home for a number of days per week? Why do we crave making people make that commute to work every day? And so you have to think the impact of that is employees who are tired. I lived 40 odd miles from the office, and wasn't awfully far, but it was a long drive because of the traffic, and I had to make that in and out every day because the flexible working policies weren't able to be implemented fully. So you get tired. I was leaving work in the mornings or leaving home in the mornings to get to work for about 7 o'clock, so I could beat the traffic jam. And I was shattered. Then you're driving home, You're always rushing, you're driving home maybe to take children off to some sport, some activity. So you have people who are rushing and they're stressed. They're always in a hurry to get to the place because they're always trying to beat the clock. And then when they get into the workplace, all that stress and anxiety is actually leaving them less capable of dealing with complexity in the workplace. So it's something worth thinking about. Stopping people from working flexibly costs your business money, because if they can't deal with that complexity because they're already feeling under pressure, well then you can rest assured that they're going to make a mistake in terms of a decision, in terms of a solution to something. So you have to think about the upside. So the benefits of flexible working on the other side of that is that you have employees who are more relaxed, better rested, grateful that they can work from home, grateful that they can take an extra hour with that care need in the morning time and come into work slightly later. When they come in, they're ready to go. They're ready to solve any problem for you. They're ready to go the extra mile. They're happier, and they're going to pay you back because they value what you give them, and they make that choice to pay you back because they know deep down this is something that is very valuable to them individually. So what's needed to be flexible? If you're going to work flexibly with your team, or allow them to work flexibly, what's needed from you and them? First of all, you need good communication. There has to be clear communication and trust between the parties. Okay, so you have to start with an element of trust that they're going to do the work that's required. Give them the opportunity. If they don't do it, well then that's a different conversation. If you find out that actually one member of staff is not doing the work that you have agreed with them, well then you have a different conversation to have with that person. Good planning. What are they planning to get done? What's their work schedule looking like? What are they going to be doing when they're working from home? So there's a responsibility and accountability there. You keep that in play. You need to respect the employee's time. Know what time, have a good idea of what time they're going to start at, what time they're going to finish at, so any communication can be done within that time frame. If they're going to work from home from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening, well then phone calls, emails, etc., you're well within your rights then to contact them during that time. And set clear goals. Any projects you're working on, have them well tied down, and also have clear checkpoints built in so that you can keep a tab on what's happening. Okay, but you need to know. And in order to maintain the trust, you need to know how things are going. Once you start questioning that or start not knowing, it's more difficult to keep the trust levels going. So I think at the end of this, what you have to really ask yourself is, what is more important here? Is it more important having an employee tied to their desk so you can see them, but they're too tired to make right decisions, to deal with complex situations? They're stressed out, they're trying to get out the office door at 5 o'clock or slightly before to get their car, to get home? Or is it better to have an employee who values what you give them, who respects the time that they're allowed to work from home or work flexibly, start later, etc., and that they're willing to come take their whole selves to work and meet their objectives and exceed their objectives so they can pay you back for the benefit? So it's a question very, very worth asking yourselves, and hopefully this gives you some sort of an indication of why you should allow flexible working and encourage and facilitate flexible working within your team. Okay, thank you very much. All the best now.